My name is Gramey Browne, author of Learning the Business of Life. And I do these short interviews with professionals. I take them way back to when they were boys and girls, 7, 8, 9 years old. You would be surprised to see who they were back then compared to who they are now. So do me a favor, click subscribe, ring the bell, and give me a thumbs up. While you're doing that, I'll start asking the tough questions. So I'm here with the man himself, the head pineapple. And you know, this man came to St. Maarten. He started off at Greenhouse and then created Pineapple Pete, which is now the iconic restaurant in St. Maarten. He is actually like a local guy. This is like a local place. So I'm here with the head pineapple himself, Pere Ferdinand. How you doing, my friend?
I am excellent. How are you?
I'm doing fine. And I also want to thank you in advance for sitting with me, because I know you're a busy guy. You're always all over the place working so hard. So now I get to pin you down and talk to you about you. So you're an expert on you, right? So if I want to know about Pere, the real Pere, and I'm not talking grown Pere, head pineapple Pere, I want to go all the way back to little Pere, running around probably in his boxer shorts, bare feet, causing trouble. Tell me about this little guy.
The little guy was born August 14, 1967, in a small town of 3,000 people outside Québec City, Canada, a French-speaking town. I was born with my feet like this. So basically, at 3 weeks old, they broke my 2 feet, put them in a cast, and told my mom, I said, hopefully one day he's going to be able to walk.
Oh, wow.
So the determination started at a very young age. So I've never had problem walking. I had problem with sports a little bit growing up. Hockey was my favorite sports, but when I took up the skates, I couldn't walk for half an hour after. So I did a lot of sports. I did competitive badminton and soccer, which are two sports that you can't make a living in Quebec. If you're mediocre at hockey, you can make it, but if you're good at other sports, you don't. I grew up in a, let's say with modest mean. My mom used to say we grew up poor, but we never grew up poorly. My mom was a saint. She raised 11 children. So I grew up with 5 brothers, 5 sisters.
Wow.
I'm the youngest boy. Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. I know you for 30 years. You never told me this.
And quite frankly, I've been asked for interviews, radio, numerous times or something, and I always refuse. It's the first time ever I'm going to do something like this, so I hope I don't.
No, you're doing fine. This is good. This is great information.
So I grew up in a small town, went to Catholic school, worked on the farm from the age I was 6. I started working on the farm, and basically that's what we do. The boys, the girls, we all work on the farm, we go to school, and we go to church on Sundays. We're a very Catholic family. And but I always, stronger than dislike, hated cold weather. I never liked cold weather.
Oh, wow.
And I grew up in a house that was 150 years old. And when the wind was coming from the north, you wake up in the morning with little snow banks next to the window, you know what I'm saying, inside the house.
Yeah.
It was 150 years old, insulated with newspaper. So, young age, hate cold. So already start thinking, I can't do that my whole life. You know what I'm saying? At a young age, I'm not gonna live here forever. So, go to school, typical high school. We were pretty good in school. So the next logical step is college sciences. I did the pure and applied sciences.
So, okay, so that was your younger age. So now you become a teenager.
Yes.
This is where, did you excel? What was the hopes and dreams, and what did you excel in at the time and hope to excel in?
Well, when you come from, again, that small town, it's pretty, the path is there. Okay, so you're gonna go to school, you're gonna get a degree, you're gonna marry a girl from a town within 3 towns of yours. You're gonna have 2.5 kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you can do, really.
The Canadian dream, then.
Yeah, you don't speak English, right? So you're very limited.
Right.
So it's like you're gonna be there. So after high school, I did 2.5 years of sciences. I was on the college team in the badminton as well. And then after that, I tried civil engineering. because it's a logical step. You pick one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, oh my God, go there in the winter and do surveying part of the class. And at some point I go see the dean. I was like, what are my expectations here? He said, well, the best jobs are going to be in northern Quebec, because I don't speak English. In northern Quebec on the big dams, and I'm thinking northern, it's even colder. So what are we going to do? So the decision was made to open up options. So I left toward Western Canada to go learn English for a year. But before that, through the whole college and or cégep, as we call it, in university, I worked 4 years in the kitchen of a restaurant. So I became, after a year, I became basically assistant manager of the restaurant. I had 48 people basically under me at my charge.
How old were you at that time?
I was 18, 19,
Wow,
19, yeah.
that's
So restaurant is not new to me, but
Right.
the funny part is that I was in charge of the delivery, takeout, and kitchen, because I was too shy to even go to the dining room to talk to people.
Oh my God.
So basically, decision is made. I'm going to learn English to open up my options. I said two things I need to work on. I need to learn English, and I need to stop being shy. I need to learn to talk to people.
Yeah.
So I focus on that, and I think I made it happen so far. So
Yeah,
interviews in English.
you did a
and I
great
do talk
job.
to people. And then, so this took me to Jasper, Alberta, where I stopped for skiing for 3 days. And then 6 months later, I had worked in a restaurant. Okay, long story short, again, I like this part of the story, to be honest.
Okay.
I stopped in Jasper, had to see a friend of a friend of a friend, you know, and we meet up for dinners. And I actually went to school with her, Small Planet, right?
Yeah.
And she said, why don't you work here? I said, okay. I didn't speak English. I'd never been a waiter. There's a waiter job opening in 3 weeks. That was mine. So I had 3 weeks to learn enough English to learn the waiter job. But I was not a stranger to restaurant, but never been to the dining room.
On the dining room.
So long story short, I remember my first night. Oh man. I was like, somebody come and ask me for mustard. I don't know what mustard is. But I knew enough to go to the back, and there was some French Canadian there as well. So what's mustard? And they told me. So I was like, if I ask the right question, I can learn that word, and forever I'll know it. So you need to learn to ask the right question.
Exactly.
So anyway, after that very moment, the pressure just went. I can do this. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
So 3 weeks later, after I started, I was training all the new staff, all the new waiters with my broken English. So anyway, long story short, 6 months there, we're going to California. We're going to live the American dream. Yeah.
Oh, just like that.
Yeah, and then we'd end up in downtown Los Angeles. So you don't see the sun till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're talking about 30 years ago already.
Yeah.
So from a small town of 3,000 people, a farm town, to 6-lane bumper-to-bumper highways, 5 to 6
Metropolitan
lanes to,
city.
So that didn't work out. So the plan was to go to Vancouver, which we did. My friend had a 1-year plan total. So he went back after the total of 1 year. I stayed in Vancouver. I was there 5 years. And then all hospitality. I did all hospitality. Mainly in fine dining. That was my background. 5 diamond hotels and very high-end fine dining. So my friend was going to Hawaii, and he had a problem with his girlfriend. She wasn't going anymore. I said, tell you what, I'll go. I'm going to Hawaii. If I can get my time off, I was full-time. I'll never work less than 80 hours a week. So I was full-time here, full-time there. So if I can get a time off, I'm going. So I get the time off.
So if you love what you've seen and hearing so far, do me a favor. Click subscribe, press the bell, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up.
And somebody take care of the cats. I have 1 or 2 cats back there. I love cats. And then again, you said 10 minutes, but my first question is 10 minutes. I'll keep the rest short.
That's okay. That's okay.
And then there was a 2-week trip. So after 10 days, I said, I can't take this anymore. I was like, I can't handle doing nothing. So after 10 days, I came back, and I said, the faster I come back, the faster I make something like this happen. So the only contact I had was in the Cayman Islands. Go to Caymans for a month, land a job, go back, pack up, go. And so I was maitre d' I was banquet director and room service director, 5-star resort in Grand Cayman. And first year. The second year I was maitre d' of a high-end French restaurant named Maxine's. So, and some customers said, you're wasting your time. You should be in Grand Casse on St. Martin. So, Grand Casse, never heard of Grand Casse. And I didn't know where St. Martin was. As long as it's hot, I'm good to go.
Okay.
So I went, trip vacation here for a month. Didn't like Broncos. Love St. Martin. So I moved here 26-ish years ago.
Okay.
So 3 years co-director of the greenhouse. Great school. Discipline. Oh, if the question comes later, I'll tell you the 4 words that I teach my kids. Discipline is one of them.
Okay.
And then priceless, my experience at the greenhouse. Yeah? The team, we worked together, the owner, Dan, Lima, everything. So later, time to move on. So I left and I did a couple of different things that is negative, and I want to keep that positive here.
Sure, no problem.
It didn't turn out the way it should have, in my opinion.
Okay.
So then an opportunity here, a little restaurant with, there was 8 tables, used equipment, no license, no nothing, so I had to start from scratch.
Yeah.
And ran out of money, went home, got a loan, came back, and then opened it up. And before that, I opened up the sports bar inside the casino, Time Out Sports Bar. When everybody said, well, you're crazy, you have a bar in the casino where they give drinks.
For free,
But
yeah.
I said, I'm selling premium drinks. And I'm making little pizzas and hot dogs and sandwiches and this staff and this customers. And long story short, my mom still had the tears when she would mention that, right? So remember when you were making the little pizza, $3 profits each. She doesn't know that, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? 2 pizza oven, 2 little pizza oven you buy at any store. You pay $27 each.
Yeah, wow.
I buy my little dough. I had the fridge there, and I made 48 pizzas in one night. You know what I'm saying? Do the math. This adds up.
Of course, of course.
That came after I decided to start opening late because I was closing at 11 because I was doing the construction here during the day. But after I was like, let's still open late. First night, nothing. First week, nothing. I said, we're onto something. Let's stick. 2 weeks later, 90% of my sales came 11 to 3. You know what I'm saying? So this is why it became successful business, which was sold so I could focus here.
Yeah, okay.
So basically Time Out Sports Bar and then Pineapple Pete. And through here we had the ESPN Cafe, which for 7 years, which was Sports Bar of the Year, 7 years in a row. Pool room, best pool room, maybe 20 years in a row. We won best seafood restaurant, best local food, best lunch, whatever.
And I used to rent your VIP room with a boxing event.
Yeah,
remember?
that's right.
Yeah.
Mayweather was one.
Yeah, Mayweather. And then I also had my 40th birthday party here.
That'd be a
Right
year
there.
ago.
yeah, it was a year. It was last year. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Oh,
no,
wow.
so this is it. We're the whole Pineapple Pete. Before even it opened, it was Pineapple Pete, rum, sun, and fun. Great food, great service. So we try to live by that.
Yeah.
So this place been built on service.
Okay.
I explained somebody sometime. I explained somebody something once. I was like, we're all in the service business. The car dealership, they're not in the car business. The grocery guys are not in the grocery business. We're all in the service business.
Right.
This is what's going to make the difference. Especially in restaurants, so much competition. You can eat anywhere. We got to provide an experience. Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is Pineapple Pete years later. This is me when I was little. I'm still little. I'm sitting down, but I'm not much taller standing up, by the way.
So I'm gonna ask you a trick question now.
Yes, sir.
What if you were a teenager right now? I mean, you know who you was as a teenager back then when you was a teenager. Who do you think you would have been or you would be if you were growing up now in 2025? Let's say in 2025 you were 18 years old. Who do you think you would be?
Exact same way if my mom was there, because she taught us everything about values, morals, and discipline. So it would lead me from the same path. It would lead me the same way. I mean, she's man, I can't say enough of her. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you do now? Do you consider, because you come to work, I mean, you're the owner, you still put in what, 40, 80 hours a week?
Honestly, in season, let's say January, February, I was at 120 hours a week.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm down to 70, 80 now.
70,
I can
80.
enjoy that, yeah.
So would you still consider this work, or this is just your life the way
I don't
you
go to
see
work.
it?
I don't go to work. I come take care of my customers. Like even if so sometime if I have a, let's say, family dinner planned and something falls apart, well, I'm not gonna stay home alone. I'll come here and I'll, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, a lot of people come see me more than they come to.
Well, you know what they say? They say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. So
That's it.
So, okay, now here comes a really tough question.
Okay, that's question number one.
And your imagination is gonna I'm gonna tweak your brain a little bit
Question
now.
number one, too.
So imagine you just had a chef workshop, right? You had your staff, they were helping out as a workshop, you're teaching a bunch of young kids. They're just coming out of high school, they're in the culinary classes, and there's 200 kids. You're about to walk out the door. Now you're like the top chef, right? So there's a black limousine outside waiting for you. They're gonna take you off to the airport. You're gonna jump in a private jet and you're gonna go to Quebec for 2 weeks, whatever, right? What is the last words that you would turn back and say to them before you leave?
Discipline and hard work will always lead you in the right direction. Discipline and hard work. Discipline and hard work. Consistency. Keep putting in the effort. Not 5 days, not 6 days, 8 days a week. Keep putting the effort. The effort. Every single day I wake up, and I only have a good day if I improve something. Something in my life, something in my kids' life, something at work, something. I need to improve something. You know what I'm saying? So consistency in efforts, and you will get somewhere. Okay? They say, yeah, this one was lucky. Well, at some point you do create your own luck, and I do believe in that.
I say work requires effort. Effort produces results. Results matter. Pierre, thank you very much for your time. It's a pleasure doing this.
And then I gotta tell you, I met many people through, a pleasure, privilege to meet many people through so many years in St. Maarten, 26 years plus. Gramey is one of my favorite because it's Gramey. He's always inspiring me and countless others. And I thank you for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Remember, the only limits in business and in life is your imagination and determination to succeed.